So today I'm going to be talking about the Tokina AT-X Pro DXII. It's an 11-16mm autofocus wide angle for your APS-C crop sensor. Let's get to it. Alright guys, thanks so much for tuning in. If you feel at any time through this video you want to hit the subscribe button, please do so. I will be more than grateful. Plus, I've got some cool things coming down the pipeline for videographers, photographers, mainly Final Cut Pro, Lightroom. How about Logic Pro? That way you can create your own music for your YouTube channel so you don't have to buy it or subscribe to a service. Just stick around, it's going to be cool. Today we're talking about the Tokina AT-X Pro DXII autofocus wide angle for your APS-C crop sensor. I've used it for about 4 years, and I just wanted to share some insights on the lens for any of you that were wanting to maybe pick it up, used or new. I bought mine new, but now there's a bunch of them on the used market, and it was a really tough lens, so I feel fairly confident that you could buy a used one and not have any issues. But don't blame me if you get a bunk lens. So, coming in at around $300 used, you're getting a pretty good bang for the buck. 11mm is wide enough to me that you should be able to capture everything in one frame. Although I have done panoramas with this lens, it works fine, it works great. And then being able to zoom down to 16mm is just a great function for this lens. And the autofocus, you really wouldn't think you would need an autofocus for a wide angle, which you don't. Not gonna say that I depended on it, but it was very useful. It became very useful. If I was doing portraiture, yes, I said portraiture with a wide angle. I did it all the time, believe it or not. Panoramic portraiture, close up, you can get pretty close up. The minimum focus distance for this lens is, I'm gonna look that up. It is a pretty close focus distance. I've gotten some pretty close to macro type stuff with this lens. Now the autofocus is really good for photography. For videography, probably not gonna wanna use it so much, especially if you're using an onboard microphone, that type of thing, like a vlogging style. You'd probably just wanna set it and forget it. That's not a catchphrase. And I found that on my version, especially when I was doing astrophotography, that infinity wasn't exactly infinity. I had to actually bring it back a little more towards the 4-foot mark. Not much, but it wasn't 100% accurate from what you were seeing in the focus window. Now, let's get into some sample images I've taken with this lens. Let's take a look. Well, what'd you think? Are you sold? You're gonna go out and pick one up, or are you still on the fence maybe between 2 or 3 different types of lenses? Let me know in the comments below what other lenses you're considering, and maybe I can help, or at least get a discussion going amongst other YouTubers and figure out what the best fit is for you. Hey, give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. If not, tell me how I can do better in the comments below. I know there wasn't a lot of technical specs and scientific data, but I hope you got something useful. Please subscribe and hit the notification button if you want to see more of me, and I'll see you guys next time.